Now, a short while ago, I posted a video showing you how you could take control of your camera's focus points, so you can specifically tell the camera where your subject is and on what you want the camera to focus on. But what happens when that subject begins to move? If you're struggling taking photos of moving subjects, such as pets, wildlife, kids playing, sports events, then don't go away, because in this video, I'm going to show you how you can nail the focus every time. Now in this video I'm going to be using the Nikon D3400, but don't go away if you've got a Canon camera, because I'll also be telling you the settings for the Canon DSLR cameras too. And if you've got a Fujifilm, Sony, Olympus or any other camera, still check out the video, because the camera modes that Nikon, Canon use are pretty much the same with all the DSLR type cameras. Now a camera like this generally offers two focus modes. One is designed for subjects that don't move, and one is designed for subjects that do move. And this is what we're going to be covering in this video. Now at the moment, this camera is set to the default focus mode, which on a Nikon is called AFS, that is autofocus single. And if this was a Canon camera, this would be one shot. Now this focus mode is for non-moving subjects, and the non-moving subject I'm about to take a photo of is the video camera that I'm using, the Canon 80D. So I'm pointing the camera at the subject, focusing on the words Canon, pressing the button, and I've got a picture. Pretty simple. Now should I focus and this subject moves, it will go out of focus. Now the camera that I'm using for this video is clearly not going to move, but to replicate that, I can move. So what I'm doing now is I'm focusing on the camera, taking a step back, keeping my finger halfway down, and taking the photo. Now you'll see in the second photo, the camera is now out of focus. Now clearly the camera didn't move, I did, but it's the same thing. If you use this mode, which is great for landscapes and buildings and things that don't move, that's fine. But if you use this mode with a moving subject, you're going to get lots and lots of out of focus subjects. And the subject only has to move a little bit for this to just fall apart. So we are going to be using a focus mode that is designed for moving subjects, and it's the one that all the pro sports photographers use. Now if you've got a Nikon camera, the focus mode we're going to be using is AFC. That stands for autofocus continuous, which basically means that when you point the camera at the subject and press the shutter button halfway down, the camera focuses on the subject. But should the subject move and the distance between camera and subject change, then the camera will adjust the focus to keep the subject in focus. It is an awesome camera mode. Now if you've got a Canon, this is called AI Servo. Same thing, just a different name. So most camera manufacturers call this AFC or sometimes CAF. Canon AI Servo. Let's quickly head back to the office so I can show you how to set it up on your camera. To change the focus mode on your Nikon camera, look for a button marked I, sometimes found bottom left, sometimes on the right of the camera. Pressing this button highlights these panels here at the bottom of the screen. Using the multi-selector, we can now move around and select different options. The one we're going to choose here is focus mode, currently set to AFS. Press OK, select AFC, again using the multi-selector, press OK, and we are done. Pressing the shutter button takes you back to the normal screen. To change the focus mode on your Canon camera, look for a button marked AF for autofocus, usually found on the back of the camera, sometimes also on the top of the camera. Press this, select Servo, press set, and we are done. If your Canon camera does not have an AF button, look out for the Q button. Think of it as Q for quick. Using this button here, you can navigate around the screen using the keys. Select one shot, press set, change to servo, and we're done. So I've got my Nikon camera set to the AFC mode, autofocus continuous. I've got my telephoto lens on and we're almost ready to go. But another little tip, if you're shooting moving subjects, particularly things that move fast, so this is great for sports, set your continuous shooting mode on. This is often referred to as the drive mode on the Nikon cameras. This will help you capture the moment you're looking for. Basically, hold the shutter button down, camera takes a burst of photos. Right, we're going to put this focus mode to the test now. with the dogs. Let's get Charlie and Dolly. Now they do say never work with animals and children. These guys are keeping me busy this morning. So what we're going to do is this. I'm going to take the dogs further down the yard and then I'm going to call them back. And I'm going to take a burst of photos and let's put this focus mode to the test. Come on, you. Okay, got Charlie in position. I'm just going to call him and let's get rid of this one. Go on then. Good boy, Charlie. It's a good boy. Come here. It's a good boy. Now once I had the dogs running towards the camera, all I needed to do was focus, press and hold the shutter button down, and the camera started to take a burst of photos. Now amongst those photos there were a few misses, but I've also got some cracking sharp shots, particularly of Charlie running towards the camera, and this would simply not be possible without the AFC or the AI servo mode. It is awesome. I do want to mention though briefly, in this mode your camera's working extra hard for your benefit. So it will drain the battery quicker as a result. So when you're finished taking pictures of your moving subjects and you've got a Nikon, switch back to the AFS mode as a default, and if you've got a Canon, switch back to the one-shot mode. So I hope you've enjoyed this video and you've picked up some great tips for taking pictures of moving subjects. Big thanks to Charlie and Dolly for helping me out with today's video, and you know what to do. If you've enjoyed the video, give us a thumbs up, consider subscribing to my channel, and you can leave your comments and suggestions down below. I hope to see you sometime soon. See ya.